Well, welcome back to Channel Ron. Today I'm going to be working on an infrared Dr. heater, portable heater. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to fix it or not, so this video may get online, it may not. So I was browsing eBay the other day and I come across this heater that said that it was non-working, but it was brand new, still in the box. And they only wanted like 40 bucks for it. So I took a chance. I wanted another one anyway, so for 40 bucks, these generally go for about $100 anyway. So I grabbed it and I'm going to see if I can repair it. So let's go ahead and get started. Good news is the directions are in it, and we do have a cord. This is good. We have a remote, so everything seems to be there. Alright. Looking pretty good there. And the styrofoam is all cracked here. Oh, and we're missing quite a bit of styrofoam here. So this is telling me one of two things. It probably fell or someone's already been into it, because I don't see the rest of the styrofoam. Alright, it's a nice looking heater, and it definitely looks brand new. So, let's go ahead and plug it in and see what it does. It says it doesn't work. I'm sure it doesn't. I'll probably take their word for it, but I've got to plug it in. Alright, here we go. And nothing's coming on. Nothing's turning on, but my lights are dimming a little bit. That's telling me that it's getting power. Let's leave it on for a little bit and see what it does. Even though there's nothing happening on the panel, maybe something else is happening. So let's wait a little bit and see what happens. Okay, about 10 minutes has gone by, and I can actually feel a little bit of heat radiating from this a little bit. So it could be almost anything. Could be half the circuit is dead. The circuit that runs a panel could be bad, and the other half of the circuit could be running the element. I'm not sure. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it off and unplug it. And now for the fun part. We need to take this thing apart. This obviously must be just a filter, and it is. And we have a cover in there we need to get to, so now we have to figure out how to do that. And probably the best way to do this is probably going to be underneath, I'm guessing. Yep, so let's go ahead and find something to lay down. I just don't want to scratch the bottom or the top. Right, so we have this little clip here that holds the power cord on. And let's see how that, okay, that just sits down in there. Pretty clever. Just pull that away. And it looks like just a couple of sheetrock screws, actually. Yeah, that's all that is. It's just a sheetrock screw. Two of those. And then it looks like that's just going to slide out of there. It is. Just got to wiggle a little bit here. There we go. Alright, so see if you can get a good view of that. I just slid that whole back panel right off. Let's get that out of the way. Don't damage that. Now it looks like what's happening here is we got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. I'm going to remove this. I'm not going to remove this whole unit unless I absolutely have to. But I'm just going to take this back cover off and let's see what it looks like in there. Okay, let's see what we have. Here's the back of the machine. Now what I'm looking for is anything obvious, anything that's burnt. There's nothing real obvious here. The next thing I want to do is start checking connections. Check the connections down here. See what we have. Check this one. Wait a minute, look at this one. This one here is kind of loose. I can't believe that's the problem, but that one seems kind of loose. I'm going to go ahead and push that. You know what? That seems awfully loose. This one connection right here, and they've got some sort of glue or hot glue on here. And I bet maybe that wasn't in there that well. Wow, this is going to be too easy of a fix. Not that I was looking for a complicated fix, but this might be too easy. That may have been the problem right there, and the glue that they had on there was not down over the side here. So let's go ahead and plug this in. I'm going to plug this in while the back is off, but I'm not going to touch anything. Let me just plug it in and see what we have. Holy cow. Look at this. It's turning right on for 40 bucks. It's working. I can't believe that's all this was. Let me unplug it. Let's go back to that. I want to make sure that you can get a good view of what I had just done. This little clip, in fact, it's ready to fall right back out. When they dropped it, evidently, that must have just come out of there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that back in there. We're going to put the hot glue right back in. And we're going to be all set. I can't believe I got this for $40. Alright, so let's reposition our camera so you can get a better shot. Put some hot glue on there. Put this all back together. Here's a better shot of it. As you can see, the hot glue that they put on didn't hold it. So evidently when that fell, that just popped off there. Okay, let's go ahead and put a little hot glue on there. I think at the factory they just kind of was rushing. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, that's not going to pop out of there now. And I'm going to test it one more time just to make sure everything is turning on. And it does. Let's go ahead and put it back together. Put this plate back on, just the way you took it off. 4 screws holding it on. Slide the cover back on. Take the 2 screws that held that on. Then there was the clip that held the power cord on. Go ahead and slide that back on. Let's set it back up. Put our filter back on. Okay, well there it is. The old infrared Dr. Heater is up and going. One of the things I discovered is the remote will not work unless you have the power switch on. So once the power switch is on, then you can use the remote and do what you need to do with it. So I'm kind of sorry it wasn't a more complicated fix. I know a lot of you are probably looking for something a little bit more detailed, but that's what was wrong with this. Evidently it happened in shipping when the previous company got it. They couldn't get it going. They didn't even try, obviously. And then they sold it on eBay, and I picked it up for 40 bucks. So I'm real happy with a little heater. So I'm all set to put it into service. So thanks an awful lot for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.